Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. We are back for yet another match here in the postseason of Season 10. We're down in the Novice League. We've got the number 2 Frost going up against the number 7 Diffusion. Your boy Psychonautic in the booth, ready to bring this action straight to you, and I am joined by Mr. Malo. How you doing tonight, brother?
Oh, I am doing fantastic, man, and I'm super happy that we're going to be able to watch the Season 9 Grand Finals matchup here between Frost and Diffusion. It's going to be a barn burner, and I can't wait to get started.
Yes, I'm very interested to see what Diffusion's able to do against this Frost team. Dare I say, Frost is been on a rampage this season, just going absolutely crazy. They earned that number 2 seed, and Diffusion has not had the best of seasons, but they did do a very good job in the play-in tournament, securing their spot here against Frost. So, you know, it could be a Cinderella story here.
Oh, it could be, and you know, both of these teams, they're super tightly contested too. I've played them both, and they're really, really good, and it's hard to say who's going to be the one to edge out on top here.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, on one side, you get Frost, you've got Starfy, Berkey, and Winter. Winter being, I believe, if I remember correctly, you were telling me, Mal, that Winter is one of the, if not the top novice player this season. And I mean, I haven't seen the numbers, but I have played against Frost. And Frost was one of the few teams that was able to beat the Vikings. And Winter is a very scary person to see coming at your net.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you compare beginning of season Winter to end of season, the progression that he was able to make there towards the season as it progressed was impressive. And so seeing that with already Starfy and Berkey, it's going to be a tough matchup for Diffusion, but Diffusion's no slouch either. You got Kronks and Caltato and Tragic Upset, and they were a very tough team as well. I played them with Tragic Upset one time, and that was a tough team.
Yeah, unfortunately for me with the Vikings, I didn't get to play Diffusion at their best. They had Kronks, and I think they had Tragic. Either that or Tragic was playing for him as an FA, and then they had somebody else. They didn't have Caltato there. So, you know, we got the W off of them, but I don't feel like we got to see Diffusion at their fullest. But regardless of that, we're ready to get into this, Malo. We've got both these teams loading up onto the pitch. Let's get that caster prediction from you. Who do you think's taking this home and moving on, and who is going to lose and walk away tonight?
Oh, man, you know, I can't bet against Frost here. The Dan plan is strong, and I think it's going to be tough. It's going to be a close series, but the score, the overall score, 4-1 Frost, it's not going to show the whole story.
That may be true, and I got to agree with you. Love it or hate it, the Dan plan is strong. It's been proven multiple times. It's not 100% a winner, but it is way more than just 50%. That's for sure. But regardless, we'll have to see if Diffusion can put a stop to it. Looking like not so far, as Starfy is going to walk that one into an empty net.
Yeah, there was just no one there. I'm not sure where the defense was there, but Starfy just had to take his time and was able to get back. And here we are, 4:26, 1-0, Frost up.
Not a good position for Diffusion, but plenty of not only game one, we got plenty of time in game one, but this is a best of 7 series, so they've got plenty of time left in the series. I know a lot of teams look at game one as a warm-up, if you will, with Kronks with a great shot, but it's going to bounce off the crossbar, just barely missing. Tragic Upset faking out one of the defenders there as Starfy is going to send that one down. Kronks with no boost, but is able to get the save on the goal line there. Over Tragic Upset, the double commit coming out from Diffusion, but it works out for him as they're able to get the ball cleared out. Caltato hitting that up into Winter, sending it back towards the Frost defensive zone. Winter a little bit awkward here, but able to bounce it off of his backboard. Caltato trying to put it off the backboard for a teammate. Kronks not able to get a solid shot on net as Tragic just keeps the offensive pressure alive for Diffusion. With 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock, Kronks trying to take a shot. gets blocked by Winter and put back into the Diffusion half. Now, Malo, we have, even though not Winter, but Frost has scored the first goal here, we're starting to see Diffusion starting to warm up. They're getting some offensive pressure here.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the reasons why is because of Kronks here. Kronks, just like Winter, he has progressed a lot over the season, and I was playing with him in some customs and stuff last night, and some 2v2 is Kronks, as I speak of the devil here, scores one in. He was doing really well, and so I was surprised to see how well he's been doing, and Kronks, they were able to get that goal in there.
Yeah, Tato sticking with that ball, getting a nice pass out to the mid for his teammate. Kronks just going to slam that one through the defense. We got a 1-1 tied ball game here. Kronks, almost putting it in the back of his own net, but worked out for him. Frost trying their best to capitalize on the mistake, but not going to be able to score a goal from it. Kronks trying to carry the ball out to the mid. Winter to take it away from him. Tragic and Winter get a 50 in the Diffusion half as Tato sends that to the side, up the wall. He's going to stick with it. 50s with Stawify, and Kronk's going to take possession. Bumps it up, but can't get it past the defender in the midfield. As Tragic upset, putting it off the backboard and looking for a teammate. Tato there. He's going to put it in the back of the fridge. Ding dong.
Hello. Wow. What a pinch shot there. And Tragic upset. He, just like we talked about it before, I don't know how well he did or did not do well against the Vikings, but Tragic Upset is a very good player himself. What a great pass there, and Tato able to finish that ball and knock it into the goal for a lead. 2:15 left.
Yeah, and I fully agree. Tragic Upset is quite a good player. I've played with him over in United Rogue as well, and he is a very good player. And I think when the Vikings and my team, the Vikings, played him, he was an FA. He hadn't been picked up. He was filling in for somebody that couldn't show up, and it might have been Cal who couldn't show up because he wasn't at that game. So the chemistry is not always going to be there right at the beginning. But as we can see now, this Diffusion team is up 2-1 against Frost. The chemistry is there. Tragic is fitting in with his team quite well.
Yeah, absolutely. And seeing what we're seeing so far, I honestly want to see the Diffusion make me eat my words as far as my prediction too, because both teams are great, but it would be pretty awesome to see this Diffusion team make it further as the number 8 or number 7 seed, seed into the playoffs. You don't see that too often going into the semis.
That's very true. And not only that, I mean, personally, as somebody in the postseason, I want to see him take out Frost too, because Frost beat us in the regular season. I'm not scared of anybody, but I have a respectful fear of Frost this season. They're a very strong team, and if they can get taken out right here, I mean, that's good. That's better for me. But oh my goodness, Staw almost bouncing that in his own net there. Getting lucky as that ball's gonna bounce off of the post. Winter taking control. Getting a nice little flick over to Staw, not able to put that one in the back of the net though, as Berkey tries to barrel that one through. Tato gonna stop it before it can get in. And the demo coming out from Winter, opening up the lane. Stawfly with the shot, but can't get it through. Tragic Upset as Berkey keeping the pressure alive. Kronks to clear that one back into Frost's defensive zone. Kronks looking to do something, but he's gonna get beat out by the defender, sending that one back. Stawfly there, bouncing it out of the corner. And Tragic Upset to send that one back across the final 10 seconds here. It looks like Frost is not going to be able to get the W here in game number 1. Looks like Diffusion is going to hold this down as Cal gets the soft touch, putting it down, safely securing game number 1 for his team.
Yeah, you don't want to try and do anything silly to just keep the ball up. If you're up against this tough Frost team, you just want to put that ball down. And that's exactly what Tato did there. 8 shots by Kronks. 8 shots just by himself. Insane. 10 shots total by Diffusion. 5 shots by Frost. 5 saves by Frost. So they were putting up the saves too. They had the defense, but one of the things that I don't think the previous game that they didn't that they weren't aware of or didn't do though is you have timeouts in playoffs, Psycho. So when do you take that timeout as Frost if you go down early?
It's hard to say, to be honest with you. Everybody's got a different strategy, if you will, the way they like to use their timeouts. I've seen teams that will use it after their very first loss, and I've seen teams that'll wait until it's their very, they're on the edge. They're on the very last game where if they lose, they're going to be put out, and then they'll use their timeout. So, as far as when Frost is going to use it, they didn't use it there. I would have to guess that they're going to wait until they're down, by 2 or 3 in the series before they try and use that. But we will definitely have to see as we move forward in the series. Game number 2 here, we're getting it kicked off. Diffusion, the game 1 winner, and they're up by 1 in the series. Well, they're up 1-0 in the series, I should say. The double commit coming out from Frost there as Cowtato, no beans to send this one down. And Winner going to take it away from him. Tragic Upset trying to steal it from him, but it gets blocked. Kronk's there, putting it off the backboard, but Berkey going to send that one out to the corner. Berkey going to leave that one as Kronk's takes a shot. Winner gets the save. Not a great touch, but Stahl there to help him out, get it cleared. And it looks like so far, Malo... Oh, never mind. Winner coming in with a nice angle there, starting things off for Frost.
Yeah, Winner bringing in the chill, sending in that ball just past, I believe that was Cowtato in the corner there, just past him, able to get that goal in there. It looked like it snuck in. I couldn't tell. That angle was wild to me, but I think it was just the way that the Rocket League director decided to show it for us. But anyway, oh, cow, almost there. But yeah, 1-0, Frost up.
Yeah, and I was just about to say that Frost was not looking too great in the first, 40, 50 seconds of that game. Diffusion was very much controlling all of the offense and putting a lot of pressure on the Frost defense, but then Frost just coming out of nowhere and securing that goal, and now they have the 1-0 lead, and they can pace this game the way they want to. Diffusion already proved that they're able to endure the pressure and come back from being behind, but will they be able to do it now? Hopefully Frost has adjusted their tactics just a little bit so they can keep this 1-0 lead, possibly even secure a second goal before Diffusion's able to get on the board. We'll have to see as Winner is taking a shot there. Tragic Upset with the clear off the back wall, and Cowtato taking control, almost loses it. Staw taking it away from him. Berkey off the backboard, and Kronks is there. Winner to block his clear, and Tragic, a little bit of a miscommunication there, it looked like, from Diffusion, but they were able to keep it together and get the ball cleared out. Kronks looking to... Oh my goodness! Kronks going crazy right now!
Oh my. I think he slowed it down, tried to get a little flip reset there, wasn't able to get it, but was able to slow it down just enough. And oh my goodness. Tied up 1-1, 2:55. What happens next?
And I was going to point out earlier that I saw in the Nemesis Discord today, in the clips, Kronks posted a montage. He posted a montage not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, and he got kind of a little bit of a flame from people, saying, hey, you've got clips in here from training and yada, yada, yada. So he posted another montage today, no clips from training. And I was surprised. I was like, man, this man's got mechanics. Because I've never seen him do that in any of those mechanics in the season games that I've played against him. But there we are. I was wondering if we were going to see that tonight. Tragic Upset almost having a really nice redirect shot right there. But yeah, Kronks busting that out. And it looks like he didn't quite get what he was going for there, Malo. But it did work. It did fake out Winner, and he was able to secure that goal.
Yeah, they were. And now here they are going back on offense. And if you're Frost, you got to maybe start rethinking your game plan. Whatever it was, you might have to throw it out the window here, because it doesn't seem like it is working. Because Diffusion is definitely doing their thing, and especially Kronks. I alluded to it earlier about how his improvement has tremendously went up there. As the season went on. So we're gonna have to see what they do here. 1:30 left. It's tied 1-1.
Yeah, you can tell Kronks really wants this W. Oh my gosh, as he's just gonna... Nope, Tragic Upset there coming in to secure that goal for Kronks, as Kronks just gets it down past almost all the defenders. Man, Diffusion really starting to take over right now.
Yeah, and just like the previous game, we got Kronks at 6 goals again, or 6 shots, I should say, not goals. Not trying to leak the script or anything. Just incredible pressure just by Kronks alone, and that's how Diffusion appears to be, staying into this. As I say that, Winter with a little flick over the defense.
Yeah, that was honestly a beautiful play right there. Winner with no juice, very little juice right there, but he gets a nice flick. I'm not sure if he was trying to shoot it or if he was looking for Stahl right there. Stahl was up, ready to get that touch in, and these guys have been trying to connect all series. Actually, really nice play, excuse me, getting my words mixed up. Really nice play right there from Frost, securing the equalizing goal there. In the final 60 seconds upon these two teams, we are tied at 2. We might see our very first overtime of the series. Which team will score first? Which team can hold out the longest, as Winner is going to send this one across. Kronk's missing his touch, and Winner, no juice to follow this up, as Tragic's going to send that down. A Hail Mary to Kronks, who was there, but it gets blocked out by Berkey. Great defense from him, as Cowtato takes a beamer at the goal, goes a little bit high. Kronks trying to clean things up, but Berkey with good defense there on the goal line. Winner getting it past one of the defenders, but Cow back in time for it, trying to get a little fancy with it, but Berkey to take that one away from him. The final 20 seconds now ticking down on the clock is Tragic upset with a huge dunk on Frost, trying to clear that ball out. Holy moly.
Oh man, Tragic upset, just throwing everything at the ball there to try and make sure that there could be some sort of block, but that block just went straight into the goal. Great job there by Tragic, and Frost, they need to score here quick.
Yeah, they do. They have 15 seconds to get on the board, or they risk going down 2 in this series, which, is not the end of the world, but it's also not necessarily the position you want to be in as the number 2 seed. The final seconds here. Yes, the ball is going to touch Diffusion, securing game number 2 and a little padding in this series.
Yeah, good job there by Diffusion. What a dunk there by Tragic upset, and there we go. We get the timeout there by Winter for Frost. He called it a tech timeout. He meant tactical, but he corrected himself. But yeah, the timeouts. There's 60 seconds, so we'll have a 60-second timeout here. And Frost, they got to get themselves together. Berkey, Starfy, we got to see them do something here, because they were mostly absent, and like you said before, Psycho, Winter and Starfy were trying to connect a number of times, and they just weren't able to do it. What do you think they have to do to start connecting?
Honestly, I'm not sure what they need to do to connect with each other. It looks like they know what they're doing. It's just maybe they just need to dial in a little bit. Sometimes that accuracy is just a little bit off. But I think that they've got what they need to connect. I think what Frost really needs to do is shut Kronks down. That man had 8 shots the first game, 7 shots that last game. If you give him any room, he's already shown that he's going to get mechanical on you, and he has the ability to be a threat. So they need to shut Kronks down. Tragic upset can be a problem. Cowtato can be a problem, but right now, so far in this series, Kronks is the biggest thorn in the side of Frost.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kronks is being very aggressive in this, and that's the part I'm seeing. So the thing you would want to do, in my opinion, is you would want to, with that aggression, you want to try and either get some bumps and demos on the other two, because he's either looking for passes or he's looking for a shot from a pass. So you're going to want to do that, and then also look for a potential boom ball. This is Novice, so you're going to see a lot of boom balls sometimes, and I think in this situation that could potentially be useful. I don't know, as far as their rotations, who's been back second or third man and where they were, but if I'm Frost, I would want to pay attention to that and start demoing Kronks or doing boom ball.
Yeah, you definitely can't give Diffusion any space But to be fair, you can't really give Starfire or Winter any space either. Berkey is a solid rotator. Berkey is a solid third and second man. He can hit the ball on the net every time. But personally, I've never seen Berkey like do crazy mechanical things. So he's somebody that when he goes up, you know, you got to understand that he's probably looking for a pass more than likely. But Winter and Starfire, both of these are mechanical players. Both of these guys have the ability to flip reset. They have the ability to seal and shot, and they have the ability to find each other just like that. We were talking about it, and there comes the pass play.
Yeah, what a great pass there. And, you know, that timeout, I have a feeling Dan, he stepped in and he had a talk with his team there, and he had to initiate the Dan plan. So the Dan plan is now fully in effect potentially. So we'll see what Frost does here from now on. But let's see how Diffusion answers.
We certainly will, and this is running the exact same pattern as Game 1 and Game 2. Frost going up by 1, but in the end losing 2-1. Will Diffusion be able to follow this same pattern, or can Frost change things up here? We'll have to see. Still very early in game number 3. Is Cowtato going to send this one booming all the way back? He trying to find Tragic. Tragic just barely missing that ball, and Kronk's going to 50 with Staw there. Tragic upset to send that one back. Berkey there with it in the corner, trying to get it through. Cowtato going to 50 with him and pinch it up the wall as Starfire sends that one down. Tragic upset immediately, booming it back. And we have a bunch of back and forth as we play a little bit of tennis instead of Rocket League right now. But Kronk's trying to get control of the ball. Berkey going to get blasted. Oh my goodness. And that, I thought that one was going in there for a second, Malo, but it was wide.
Yeah, it was. And, you know, that defender came out of nowhere and was able, I think it was Winter. Oh, no. Tragic upset, sneaking it right past behind Starfire there, getting a goal for Diffusion, tying it up 1-1, 3 minutes and 33 seconds remaining. Caught him out of position.
Yeah, it looks like Staw didn't rotate back post there, and he really needed to. If he had, he would have been in perfect position to make an easy save there. But he rotated front post and realized his mistake almost immediately, but could not correct his course in time. But it doesn't matter, as Winter gonna take a shot on a almost completely empty net right there. The defense for Diffusion just non-existent.
Yeah, Starfire got a demo, but I don't think that demo really mattered, to be honest, because I didn't see who it was. It looks like it might have been Kronk's. Kronk's was over in the far right corner trying to go for boost, and just left the goal wide open.
It's unfortunate for Diffusion, as they're going to go down by 1 in game number 3 here. 3 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock as Berkey gets another one, and Frost going to secure a 2-point lead.
Yeah, Frost have now picked up the pace. I think that's one thing they were doing. They just weren't going fast enough. And now I think Dan told them, hey, pick up the pace. Do your aerials. Do your mechanics. You guys are way more mechanical than they are. Just beat them to the punch. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
Yeah, and I think that, oh my goodness, Winter almost doing up the whole team. But I think, you know, at least in game number 1 and game number 2, it doesn't seem to be as big of a problem. Oh my goodness. Tragic upset taking advantage of Berkey not being able to get full control over the ball.
Oh man, unfortunate, but Tragic upset doing exactly what I would expect for the aggression that I've seen out of Diffusion. Just go for that ball, go for a block. We've seen him go for blocks already in this series, so for him to go ahead again, a nice little bump there by Tragic as well. But it's not enough as Starfire just sneaks one in there past, I believe it was Kronk's or something.
Yeah, great cheat by Starfire there, just catching the defense with their pants down. Kronk's ready for it, just not enough juice in the tank to get up there. Staub with a banger is going to bar Downski straight into the net with 2 minutes and 45-ish seconds left on the clock. Now Frost up by 2, but Cowtato coming in there trying to get a goal. Not going to get through the defense as the ball bounces up dangerously in front of Diffusion's net. Tragic upset. Gonna send that one all the way back down, trying to find a double off the corner touch, but can't find it. Winter there, putting it back towards the mid. Can't get it accurately on net though. as Kronk's trying to take his time. Starfire to take it away from him. Cowtato putting it in the corner, up, trying to get it past, but Berkey gonna 50 with him. Tragic Upset gonna looked like a bit of a double commit coming out there, but it worked out as Kronks was able to get a shot on net, defended by Frost. Cowtato, a shot of his own, but gonna be stopped by Winter. 2 minutes left on the clock here, and this could be dangerous, but Tragic Upset able to get back in control of that ball. Winter with a shot. Oh my goodness, Tragic Upset with a huge save off of the bar right there. Wow, Malo.
Oh man, and you know, prior to that save, Starfire was being bumped around, and that's what led to that. Was he was getting bumped around by Diffusion and still managed to get into a position to block the ball and get on offense there, which led to Winter. Oh man, I'm at a loss for words. That was an insane series right there.
That was pretty nice, but it seems like Diffusion having a little problem right now, keeping the ball out of their defensive zone as Kronk's trying to get the demo on Staw. Oh, Cowtato was coming in, but gets intercepted by Winter. Winter making a huge demo play to keep the offensive shot from coming out. Cowtato with a shot. Didn't look like it was going in, but it does get bounced away by a defender. As Tragic Upset puts that one up the wall. Cowtato's there, gets a touch a little bit awkward. Not what he was looking for. Tragic Upset gonna miss the touch. Cowtato also missing his touch as Kronk's left back gonna make the save. Starfire putting a shot on net. Tragic to send that one all the way back down, but Winter busts it back up and sends it back over to Diffusion. And we get a little bit more tennis here. The final 30 seconds as Berkey and Winter bounce the ball dangerously off of each other in front of their net. Berkey with not getting the touch he's looking for. Starfire just trying to control the ball, wind the time down. Frost knowing that they've pretty much got this in the bag now. All they have to do is play smart Rocket League for the final seconds of this game, and they can secure their first win of the series and start their comeback. Final seconds now ticking down. Can Diffusion get one for the road? No, they're not going to be able to. As the ball's going to touch Frost, taking game number 3 and their first win of the series.
Well, whatever Dan told them worked, because Frost came in and they came in blazing. And you know, I would use some sort of Frost pun here, but it's not that would be ice cold of me to do. So what I would say here, you know, 8 shots to 12 shots, Diffusion with 12 shots here. Frost made their shots count, and just no defense there by Diffusion. I don't know if it was a combination of, you know, saves or a combination of demos or just, you know, missing the ball here. I already lost my train of thought because I'm so real you know, I'm surprised by what's going on in this series so far. Diffusion being up 2-1 actually kind of blows my mind at this moment, but we talked about it in the beginning. They're a fantastic team, so you can't count them out. You can't count them out here either. What will Diffusion have to do here?
I think Kronks has got to step back up. You know, Kronks only had 3 shots in that game right there. He was pretty quiet. You know, it might have just been one of those things where the ball just wasn't in his rotation for that game, and he was, you know, playing his rotations properly. That happens sometimes where the ball, it just doesn't come to where you are on the field. And as long as you're doing your job, you know, you might be quiet, but you're still doing a good job for your team. Cowtato missing his touch right there, leaving the net wide open as Winter's just going to bounce that one in.
Yeah, and Winter getting a demo on Kronks there. Not that it really, you know, would have changed the outcome of that, I don't think, unless there was a bump from Kronks. But they're doing kind of what we thought they would do is you know, put more pressure on Kronks. That is also a good bit of that there. Psycho is if they're putting the pressure on Kronks, demoing him and taking him out of the play, of course he's not going to be able to touch the ball in his rotations.
That's very true, and that is the move. I fully believe it. Like I said, that man had 15 shots in the first 2 games. You cannot, you can't let the worst accuracy player shoot that many times. It's one of those things where eventually they're going to go in. Winter with another goal there, his second goal of the series in just barely 40 seconds.
Oh man, just pinched it off of the corner up to the roof, and just able to sneak it by Caltato, who just barely misses that ball. And Diffusion, you might start thinking about a timeout after this one if you can't gather yourself, because your mental state, that's the big part of Rocket League, especially in a game of 7.
Yeah, mental is a pretty big deal, and sometimes that is exactly why a team loses, because they start to get behind and they start to get upset, and then it just rolls and rolls and rolls. It's like a snowball, builds and builds and builds, and the next thing you know, the last game of the series you're getting beat 7-1. But we'll have to see if that's happened in Diffusion here. I would like to believe that any team that's made it to the playoffs can weather a couple of losses and keep their team morale high enough to pull through this. But we'll certainly have to see, as Diffusion is down by 2 here in game number 4. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. We got plenty of time to make a comeback, but it looks like everything is still the momentum is still very much in Frost's favor. Frost with 5 shots to Diffusion's 1 shot, which is not something that I expected to see, considering how this series has gone so far, Malo, with Diffusion leading in shots even in the games that they lost.
Yeah, absolutely. And are maybe the demos and the bumps are actually getting to them. We're seeing a lot of hesitations, a lot of missed touches, a lot of whiffs in general by Diffusion right now, and they're not being aggressive to Frost either here, where they're bumping and demoing like they did in game 1 and a little bit of game 2. So if you're Diffusion, you want to go back to your previous game plan of bumping and demoing these guys, and maybe even doing now that they're being so aggressive, now you change it up, do a couple of boom balls, but boom it to your teammate. Don't just boom it.
Right, most definitely. As Starfire gets a banger shot at the net. Tragic upset with the save. Kronk's missing his touch. Caltato gets the save, but not a good touch. His team having to help him out and clear that ball away. As Cal gets the touch, putting it in towards the corner. Can't get another one. Oh, and I thought Diffusion had left an open net again, but Tragic Upset was back in time to make the save. I think his 4th save. His 5th save of the game. Tragic Upset doing the most for Diffusion defensively right now, but it has not been enough so far, as Kronks and Cal not able to secure anything offensively. Kronks with an awkward touch, putting it into his corner. Cal gonna get beat out by Winner, and the ball awkwardly gets placed in front of the Diffusion net, but nobody from Frost there to do anything with it. The final 1 minute and 20 seconds now upon Diffusion, and they do not have a lot of time left, and they've got quite a bit of makeup to do, if you will, Malo.
Yeah, they got a lot of ground to cover here in a minute, and with the way Frost has been playing and Diffusion hasn't been doing well on offense right now, they definitely need to do something sooner rather than later, because I don't know about that touch there, but you got to do something here, and you got to make something happen quick.
Yes, you certainly do. You want to get that goal so you can get back on the kickoff and try and get an immediate kickoff goal to send a message over here to Frost.
Oh.
And this is gonna be it.
Oh,
So
no!
close. The pass up to Cal. He gets the redirecting touch, but it barely misses. And Winner gonna take advantage of yet another empty net. Diffusion nowhere to be found.
Oh man, nice little touch there by Starfire, and it just pops right up, and Winner was ready for it and was able to just hit it past everyone. And the positioning on Diffusion there was pretty much mostly good. Maybe the third man was up just a little bit, but with the placement of that was a pretty tough ball to get regardless.
It may have been, but either way, it was the 3rd goal for Frost, and not what Diffusion wanted to happen. The final 10 seconds now, Diffusion all but out of this game. I don't even think that they could come back if they wanted to at this point. And Frost gonna secure game number 4 We are now tied in the series. Moving on to game number 5. It's 2-2. Frost versus Diffusion. You didn't get your prediction right, Malo, but you did say that this was going to be a very close match.
Yeah, absolutely. And other than I think this game, because I think the other ones were closer. But other than this one, the games have been real close, and so we got a timeout here by Diffusion, which I think is a very smart timeout. And they're gonna give themselves an extra 60 seconds on top of that because they're not gonna ready up here, which is a smart choice. But if you're Diffusion here, you got to figure out what's going on. What do you need to do here? Because it's been the Winter and Stallify show. Winter here with the hat trick, with 600 points, 8 shots. He basically became the Kronks of Frost here, like Diffusion did. Psycho, what does Diffusion have to do here to get back into this?
Diffusion has to find their offense again. They absolutely have to. Kronks had 0 shots that game. That is not. I mean, if I was like the GM or the coach, or whatever, I'd be like, that's not acceptable. You can't do that. You had 8 shots the first game, 7 shots. He's been slowly declining. The third game, I think he had 3 shots, and I had 0 shots. So I'm not sure maybe if where his head is or what's going on, but he's got to find a way back into the groove that he was in game 1 and game 2. Tragic Upset had 5 saves that last game. He's doing everything he possibly could aside from scoring on Frost, but he's got 2 other teammates. He needs help. He can't be the only one doing anything, but he was doing the most. And Cal and Kronks, they got to step up in some way, shape, or form. I'm not sure if it's comms that's going on, if they're getting a little bit confused, if their rotations are off, or maybe they can't deal with the bumps that are coming out from Frost. Maybe Frost is controlling that boost to the point that they're not having anything to work with here, but they have to find a way. They have to find a way to get out of their defensive zone and generate some offense, or Frost is just going to crush them for the next 2 games.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other part to that we talked about before is the mental. And your mental, you could get demoed, just to get demoed, right? Just because you're in the wrong spot at the right time. You know what I mean? And that can really mess you up if it happens over and over again. And I think that was happening to Kronks in the last game. I noticed he was getting demoed going for boost and stuff, and that can be upsetting as a player when you're trying to go get boost and trying to steal it, or even trying to go for a play only to get demoed and then watch the same person score the ball. Oh, what a save!
Another save coming out from Tragic Upset, but it's not going to be enough as Berkey is able to clean that one up. Stallify with a great touch right there, and Berkey cleaning it up for his team, just putting that one right in the back of the box. 1-0. Frost is up in game number 5. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock. Malo, that is not the position you want to be in if you're Diffusion.
No, it's not. And you don't want to see Kronks over here flailing like that either. That's not a good thing as third man. So, I think we saw. I'll also put a little bit on Cal here too. Cal Tato, we were seeing some great touches, some great passes to him from him to Kronks in those first 2 games, but those kind of faded away too. And then we saw Tragic Upset, pick up. Now it's kind of the other 2 falling off. So, we need all 3 of these to get in sync when it comes to getting their act together, getting in sync, and getting some offense.
Yeah, I certainly
Which
agree.
Sorry.
No, you're good. The Diffusion we saw in game number 1 and game number 2 felt way more coordinated than the Diffusion that we've seen in game number 3 and game number 4, and so far here in game number 5 as well. I don't know. I don't know if it's their mental. I don't know if it's their comms. I don't know, because I'm not in the VC with them, but they definitely got to do something, because what they have been doing is not working out anymore. So they got to change it up. as Kronks is going to send that one down. Tragic upset with the block, getting another touch, but can't follow it as he immediately gets demoed. Cow Tato beating Starfight there in the corner, putting it up, getting another touch past the defender. Kronks can't get it through. Starfight is going to send that one off to the side. Winner trying to clear that ball across the midline. Kronks there with the touch out to the mid. Berkey to take it away from him, sending it off the backboard. Starfight trying to waffle it in front of the net, but it's not going to go. It's to the side. Winner taking it off of the Diffusion, trying to clear that one out. Kronks is there. Winner as well, gonna 50 with him. Kronks might have something here. No, Starfight gonna get up and in front of that ball, make a stop to the play as Cow Tato pops that one back. Diffusion keeping their pressure alive here. The final 2 minutes now ticking down in game number 5, and Diffusion still down by 1-0, but they're starting to come back alive here. It looks like Maul is starting to generate some offense here. It's not gonna be enough. Starfight getting it past all 3 defenders.
Yeah, as you say that, unfortunately, Kronks had a nice little bump there. It was a good bump attempt, but I think he was going for the ball, and unfortunately, Starfire was able to keep with the ball, able to get it over the other defenders, and now Frost is up 2-0 with 2:01 left.
Yeah, that is really, really tough position for Diffusion, especially given how the last 2 games have gone. They have to do something. They've been scored on, I think, 5 times without an answer over the past 2 games. Excuse me. But they have to do something here, and I'm not sure what it is. I wish I could be in their VC. I wish I could tell them what it is that they need to do to stop this Frost team. But whatever it is, they're not doing it. Starfire is there. Starfire trying to get the double. Cow Tato to take it away from him. And Tragic upset with another great save as the ball flails out into the mid. Winner busting it back out, but doesn't got much juice to follow as Kronks is going to clear that one past the midline. Kronks trying to get another touch on it, but not able to. Cow Tato taking it away from Stahl, but Winner back in time to make the save against Cow's shot. The final 60 seconds now upon game number 5. Can Diffusion get a goal here? They need at least one to stop that clock and get back to the kickoff line so they can possibly try and secure a second one, an equalizing goal. Will they be able to do it, or are they going to go down 3-2 in the series? We'll have to see in the final 45 seconds here as Tragic upset just being near the ball and putting pressure, faking out Starfire there on the backboard as Kronks tries to get it through. Berkey to take it away from him. Winner also sending it off to the side. Winner with a touch off of the wall. As Tragic upset gets a save. I think his third save. Yes, his third save here in this game, and I think probably his like 15th save in this series if I'm being truthful. I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure it's at least 9. As Kronks gets a save, also his third save. I didn't realize Diffusion was doing a really good job on defense here, but it has not been enough so far in the final seconds, winding down, and it's not going to be enough as Frost takes game number 5. They're now sitting at match point.
Oh man, yeah. Their defense is great. Their defense has been great, absolutely fantastic here. The problem is they have no offense. They only had 2 shots, and they didn't make either of those. Both of those got saved. They got saved by Winter and Berkey. So they need to figure out something to create those opportunities on offense here. And I think we got to go back to what we were talking about in game 3 when we were talking about what Frost had to do. And that was to create opportunities, get some bumps, get some demos. You're gonna have to start taking chances now. And so best map is next. I don't know what that means, if that's Forbidden Temple or something else, but we know when it comes to Forbidden Temple it's madness. But anyway, it's a series still. The Diffusion ain't doing too bad. It's just they need some offense, and they need to figure out how to do that sooner rather than later now.
Yeah, desperately. I mean, this is like night and day, the Diffusion we saw in the beginning of the series and the Diffusion that we're seeing now. I mean, the amount of offense that they were generating in the beginning was kind of insane. I'm not going to lie. I almost thought that Diffusion was going to go like possibly sweep Frost because they were just running away with it. And we're seeing almost the exact opposite here. Like they are struggling to generate even 2 shots, which is kind of crazy. I don't know if I should give credit to Frost for just controlling the midfield, or if it's Diffusion just getting caught lacking. But regardless of what it is, it's not working out for them. They have to change something. Will they be able to do it here in game number 6? I don't know, Malo.
Yeah, I don't know either, but it looks like we had a card change by Berkey. He's went into the Merc now. But the thing that you wanna look at too here is you got to think about this. It's the Dan plan. The Dan plan is working right now. So you got to figure out what was the Dan plan and how do I reverse that Dan plan, because nothing more satisfying to disrupt the Dan plan, at least in my opinion anyway. No offense to Dan, I love Dan, but it's always fun to interrupt that meme.
Yeah, that's very true. And anybody who's been in Nemesis for quite a while knows exactly what the Dan plan is. You don't got to say it out loud, because the real ones know. But will it work here, or will it not work here? Still got a 0-0 score line here with 3 minutes and 35 seconds left on the clock. Diffusion doing a lot better job so far keeping Frost out of their net. But will it be enough? Stoffy with a shot. Kronks to make the save. Winner sends it back way over the net, though. Nothing able to come from it, as Cal going to take control, but Winner to take it away from him, trying to keep that pressure alive as the ball gets put back into Frost's defensive zone. Nobody back but Diffusion, not able to capitalize on the opportunity. This tragic upset is going to put that one up and towards the mid. Stoffy to clear it away from his net. Winner with a shot. Is it bar down? No, it's bar and out. Almost going in. The double commit from Diffusion. They got lucky that nobody from Frost was there to clean that play up. As Winner gets a shot that's going to bounce off Stoffy, but it doesn't matter. He's able to keep control of the ball and get it through the defense.
Oh man, I'd be spamming calculated in my head, because that was I don't know if that was an intentional hit there to Stoffy, but either way, was able to get cleaned up. Frost up now 1-0. Diffusion, their series is now definitely on the line.
Yeah, this is real scary situation for them. They have to do something here. Their entire season is on the line. They risk in the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds ending their Nemesis season for season 10. And I know Kronks is going to be quite upset about it. I seen him change his name to Winning Novice. I'm not sure if the man's got a chip yet. I don't think that he does. If you do, Kronks, my fault, no disrespect, but I don't remember Kronks being able to get a chip yet. Much like myself, for those of us who haven't been able to get a chip yet, and we've been here a while, it does mean quite a lot. But will Diffusion be able to do it or not? 2 minutes left on the clock. Diffusion only down by 1. Still very much winnable for them, as Winner gets his 3rd save. Frost doing a really good job in the defensive zone. Diffusion's already got back up to 4 shots here, so they changed something here, Malo. They're doing a much better job. I just don't know if it's going to be enough yet.
Yeah, and this game is slowly dwindling away, and they're down by 1 as Cal almost was able to sneak one in there. They're down by 1, but they need to get something done here to at least get a goal in, and they're bringing the pressure. They're bringing the bumps, the demos, but it doesn't appear to be enough at the moment.
It was not enough. Kronks with a big play there, got a demo and a bump, leaving the net wide open, but nobody from his team there to take advantage of the situation. Nobody was able to bang that ball in. It would have been a perfect opportunity for Diffusion to tie things up. However, that has passed. 60 seconds now remaining on the clock. Berkey with the touch, trying to get the clear out. Cow Tato takes it away from him, but Winner to take it away from Cow. Tragic upset, pops it up to the mid, but gets bumped off the ball. Stoffy trying to find Winner, does find him, but Cow Tato with the stop, and Winner follows the ball, but not able to get a good touch on net. Kronks with the shot. Berkey is back with a great save off of the backboard, as Diffusion scrambling to do something here. 30 seconds left. They only need 1 goal. Will they be able to get it, or can Frost secure the W right here, right now, and move themselves on into the semifinals here in the playoffs? 15 seconds now. Can Diffusion do it? their entire season on the line as
Oh,
Berkey
no.
takes it away, slams it through. 2-0 in favor of Frost, looking like the dagger in Diffusion's heart.
Yeah, unless some miracle happens here on this kickoff, I think that was the dagger in Diffusion's back. They really fought hard this entire series. Either way, congrats to Frost. The damn plan worked. They're going to the semifinals, and Diffusion, the previous season champs, they're gone. We're guaranteed a new Novice League champion.
Not too bad, not too bad. Frost moving on to the semifinals. Congratulations to them. Well done. That was a pretty good game, I'm not going to lie. You know, even though Frost was able to turn it around in game number 3 and just completely run away with it, Diffusion really had them on their heels in the first 2 games of that season. And I thought they were going to be able to at least force the game 7 there, but alas, they were not able to pull it out. Frost with the W. Frost looking to get moving on in the playoffs, looking at that finals. Like, I think Frost has already got like 2 novice chips. I think they're looking for maybe their 3rd or their 4th. I know my numbers are probably a little bit off, but they've definitely won the novice chip multiple times.
Yes, they have. And I think my first season here, which I believe was season 5, I think they did it, or it could have been season 6. It was definitely one of those. And, congrats to them there. They did great. Diffusion, though, I will say you got to take your hats off to them. They did a fantastic job this series. They definitely did more to Frost than I thought they were going to. It just sounds like that Frost was able to adjust with that timeout, and there was no looking back.
Yeah, there certainly wasn't. If we could get the playoff bracket up on the screen real quick, you could see that Frost taking that W off of Diffusion is going to move them into the semifinals. Genesis versus Whelps is who we're looking at, not for the next match, but the winner of that is going to move on to the semifinals to go against Frost. That's going to be very, very interesting. I'm interested to see, who's going to take that one, Genesis or Whelps. Malo, I think you might have a little bit of bias on that match, but what do you think?
That match is going to be a very good match, and I can't wait to see how that one plays out. Me being a part of Genesis, I'm definitely not discounting the Whelps here, but whoever it is that does win that match, they are going to have their hands full with Frost in the semifinal match.
Yeah, and Frost, I don't think that they're about to start losing momentum, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if they just gain momentum as this playoff bracket progresses, but we'll definitely have to see. They did a fantastic job here tonight, giving us a great show. Hats off to them. Congratulations to Frost moving on. Best of luck in y'all's next match against whoever it is, Genesis or Whelps. And that pretty much is going to wrap up the series right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a short break before we get back into our next matchup of the night. When we come back, we're going to be going to the Challenger League, where we have the number 2 seed Orbit going up against the number 7 seed Hellcats. It's going to be one heck of a match. Malo, I appreciate you joining me here tonight. It's always a pleasure to spend the time in the booth with you, brother.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you in a bit.